I say that to ask, is there a fat boy living inside of you?
Yeah. That's all. It's one of those things where like that's all you can always tell somebody. I can't tell how accurate this is, but you can tell somebody who grew up for a long time being or recently lost weight because their t-shirts are like a little bit too tight, like especially with like white guys. It's like
if they lost some weight, they suddenly buy too tight t-shirts.
They buy a medium, and they're like, I've never been in a medium. This fits when I'm standing right this, but then just out in the wild, you're like, you should go large. That should, but you look good. But it's like, ooh, I've never.
Right.
It's always
medium has always been way out of my.
Oh, absolutely.
grasp.
Yeah. And so it's just but yeah, it's always a little too tight. Which I've noticed with I'm like. I gotta buy something. Oh well, thank you.
No, you don't. I don't notice your shirts being too tight.
This is
maybe your button ups.
Well, I'm gonna kill myself.
Maybe your button ups.
All right. I am
aware, but they still look good.
All right.
But I feel also whenever I think about you in a button up, I'm like any bigger than it would seem loose, and that's not good.
Right.
So.
But yeah, no, I am 100% a fat kid. Yeah, that's how I. Definitely view myself. I've got all kinds of traumatic stories that are bouncing around in my head.
Tell one.
I've told you the one.
You told me the one that you tried on stage.
I tried it on stage, and people were like,
"It's worked."
I've told that to people, and they cried because.
You're talking about the Touch My Scars?
No,
I'm thinking of Touch My Scars.
No, I'm talking about the one in the lunchroom where
I don't know this one.
Yeah, because
buddy.
I was.
All right, future Tyler, start the clip here.
I was in the.
All right, call this Hunter's a fat ass kid. Okay, go ahead.
I was in like piece of shit. I was in 7th.
So mean for no reason.
No, I appreciate it.
Oh,
so I was in 7th grade, and that was definitely the worst year for me in terms of just like getting heat from like being bullied for being overweight. Because I was like, silly, and like a fat kid who kind of tries to put himself out there, like, hey guys, whatever.
I'm sure you had this charisma inside that needed to come out,
and it just came off badly. 7th grade with all the and people are just like, I hate you, and it's like, stop trying to be fun. Yeah, and
I remember.
So I'd gotten bullied a lot by this group, and then so whatever, it was cafeteria. We're at lunch, and I always got the hot lunch because I fucking loved. It was meatball sub day, and I was amped, man. And I got the meatball sub.
You had a white shirt, didn't you?
No white shirt. I don't know what I was wearing. Probably not a white shirt because I came prepared. I was like, you may get some backsplash.
Yeah.
So, and I got some tater tots.
I imagine you breathe like.
Man, I hope not. I really hope I didn't.
Guys, stop.
You're making it so much worse.
It's healing laughter.
Oh, okay.
Healing jokes.
Oh, all right.
Okay, go ahead.
So I'm breathing heavily, and so I get my lunch, and then they have those long cafeteria tables with the little built-in benches, and I go out there to sit with these friends. And when I was at that point, it's like the guys that I sat with were also the ones who were making fun of me and kind of bullying me, and so whatever.
How did we do that?
I don't know. I don't know how it's like. It's like I didn't just try to peel off into another group, but
find like the other fat kids. I mean, it's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Just like, yo, buddy, see that guy who wore the white shirt? Give him some advice.
Go get over there.
Let him know that next time on Meatball Sub Day, wear red.
I could be cheersing meatball subs with some other fat kid, and I could have been happy. Anyway.
Oh my God, having a fat off?
Oh, that would have been, I will say, I did eat a styrofoam cup for $1. I remember doing that in 3rd grade. Somebody was like, I'll give you $1.
That's 3rd grade shit. That's fine.
Yeah. I feel like that's still in there. But anyway, but yeah, so I get the meatball sub and I go to sit, and so I sit on the end because they're all packed in. They're like, no, there's no room for you. And so I kind of just sit on the end of everybody. And then I sit there and I take my first bite, and I'm like, oh, this is good stuff. And then these
Joyce really put her foot in it today.
These meatballs are doing it. And so I am eating, and then these 3 guys get up and I can kind of sense them walking behind me, and I knew they were going to just start making fun of me because that was kind of par for the course.
Yeah.
And so they start saying balloon boy, and they're chanting it at me, and they'd called me that before, and I was like, just don't say anything, just ignore them. And then I feel something start batting the back of my head, and they had blown up balloons, and they had written balloon boy and Hunter on them, and they were batting me in the head with them.
What was inside of it? Water?
No, it was just a blown up balloon.
Oh,
but, I mean, it was just like their whole. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah,
I'm
like
imagining. Anyway, a fully blown up balloon.
It was a fully blown up balloon, and they're getting around, and then everyone, all the girls and guys at the table, they're all like laughing, and they're chanting, and they're all chanting balloon boy, and they start getting the whole lunchroom to start chanting balloon boy, and I'm like, don't cry, and so I'm biting the inside of my cheek, and I'm biting it so hard that I can like taste the blood because I'm like, don't do it. And so I just like kind of slowly stand up and then slowly stand up and walk out as the whole lunchroom is chanting balloon boy. And
where do you go?
I just walked out to the locker, to my locker, so that I could, because I was about to break.
Right.
And then as soon as I walked out, it was like, and then
you know what's funny is, like, as a kid, I'm sure you thought you were biting your lip, you could taste the blood, and I'm sure you thought you were just like, from the outside, people were just saw like, guys, and you get up and walk away. But I'm sure what you looked like was like, I'm sure you were barely holding it together.
Oh, I was absolutely, because they were like, he's about to cry. And they wanted me to break, and I was like, because I'd broken before and cried in front of them. What are you talking about? Yeah, I don't know what you mean. And the thing about and balloon this is what when I told you this before, and so that's traumatized. I think about that all the time, but the thing about it was, like, I loved balloons, and I was.
Now I remember the story, because I'm like, that's the funny part.
Like, in every other way, I was a balloon boy. I loved water balloons and balloons. You make a fucking llama out of it. Like, it was very much like I love. And so, but then I was like, oh, they're not calling it me balloon, but for the right
It's
way.
Like, for
but
me,
I
if they were
loved,
like, Tyler likes white girls, I'm like, I do.
But it was, yeah. And so, I had like a whole kit at home where I was gonna be like, I could like learn to make, where like you pumped and made this was before it kind of ruined balloons for me.
You were literally learning how to make balloon animals.
Yeah, I've been doing that for like trying to learn. But then after they equated me to not the long skinny ones, because I was like, if it was,
I would have loved.
You mean these big like dick balloons? Yeah, these where it's like, yo, Hunter's balloon boy. That's what we call him. But no, it was more about my
sitting here telling me this bit doesn't
egg
work.
shape.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
No, I haven't. I haven't told it on stage. I mean, I've told it.
Oh, you haven't?
No, because it's too. I feel like people get. It's too.
You would need you'd need a 30.
Yeah,
you need more time.
It'd have to be a long,
because you need that point where it's like, I'm gonna get a little dark here, and then you go into it, and then you're like, and the worst part was, I fucking love balloons.
I fucking love balloons, man.
I was learning how to make balloon animals.
Man, you can fill them with glitter. You pop and it explodes, and everyone's.
I was gonna make
like,
all the kids so happy. I was gonna make their day.
What do you want? You want a llama? I got you.
I was waiting for the pep rally, but they brought the pep rally to me.
Oh yeah, it was, and so yeah, that was, but stuff like that happened to me, and it traumatized me pretty hard.
It's a great story. It's
but
a good story. It's a sad story.
Yeah,
but it's a good one.
So maybe if I told,
how did you? Was it at that point where you like, I gotta get was it like, I gotta get funny, I gotta get charming, I gotta figure this shit out?
I would say the only way that I actually. It's when people would make fun of me if I think it was like one time on the bus, I like finally like said something back to this guy I was like, I mean, it wasn't even funny. It was just something just mean back. Like, right. But people laughed. It was something like, oh yeah, well, your parents are divorced. And it's like, right. And everyone's like, oh, and I was like,
it's true though.
Is this how and then he stopped yelling at me or making fun of me for that bus ride. I mean, he started the next morning.
Sure.
And he was much meaner. Once he was like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna go deep." Yeah, But
and your mom and your dad can't satisfy your mom, and then you just keep digging more.
It's like, yeah, I really do some research.
And your mom lost trust in your dad ever since the miscarriage. It's like, damn, Hunter, how do you know all this? Where are you getting
I
this
hacked their
from?
medical records. I've been going deep into their psychiatry notes. I am following that counseling hard. They're doing bad.